just wanna feel your skin on mine. Feel your eyes do the exploring. Passion in the message when you smile. Take my time. Something in you lit up heaven in me. The feeling won't let me sleep, 'cause I'm lost in the way you move, the way you feel. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need. See wonderland in your eyes. Might need your company tonight. Something in you lit up heaven in me. The feeling won't let me sleep, 'cause I'm lost in the way you move, the way you feel. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need.
I don't wanna lie, can we be honest? Right now while you're sitting on my chest, I don't know what I'd do without your comfort. If you really go first, if you really left, I don't know if I would be alive today, with or without you, like night and day. Read and repeat every conversation. Being with you every day is a Saturday, but every Sunday you got me praying. Don't you ever leave me, and don't you ever go. I've seen it on TV, I know how it goes. Even when you're angry, even when I'm cold, don't you ever leave me, don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. I don't wanna call and you not answer. Never see your face light up my phone. Never see you singing Tiny Dancer. Every time my head hurts, every time I'm low. 'Cause I don't know if I would be alive today, with or without you, like night and day. Everything about you uncomplicated.
You show me that you care, I can feel it in the air. Yeah, it's all about you, better off without you. But you got my heart, yeah, you got it, and I can't deal with it. No, I can't deal with it. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. Yeah, you got it all. Why do I always have to stare at you like you're something rare? I might not need you now, but I want you around. 'Cause you got my heart. Yeah, you got it, and I can't deal with it. No, I can't deal with it. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart.
Tell me you want it as much as I do.
Try to catch your eye to make you fall too.
I wanna hear you say,
I wanna hear you say that I've got your heart.
you got my heart.
You got my heart.
You got my heart.
You got my heart.
Light up my life, I hold on to this every night. Wake up my mind, I latch on to every sign. There's a reason I don't call you back, but I can't delete your number. That's a secret I've been holding back, but we ain't getting any younger. I still look you up, I
still check you out, still see the things I'm not allowed. Is it wrong if I scroll through? Is it wrong if I watch you? Is it wrong? Is it wrong? Is it wrong if I watch you? Walls, see through walls.
We can just dance to this. Don't take much to stop me. We can just dance to this. Push up on my body. Yeah. You know we already seen all of the parties. We can just dance to this. We can just dance to this.
Dance to this.
We can just dance to this. I don't wanna sleep tonight, nah. Just wanna take that ride.
I don't wanna sleep tonight, nah. Just wanna take that ride.
Just dance to this. Don't take much to stop me. We can just dance to this. Push up on my body. You know we already seen all of the parties. We can just dance to this. We can just dance to this. Don't take much to stop me. We can just dance to this. Push up on my body. You know we already seen all of the parties. We can just dance to this. We can just dance to this. Dance to this now. We can just dance to this. We can just dance to this. I don't wanna sleep tonight, nah. Just wanna take that ride. I don't wanna sleep tonight, nah. I just wanna take that dance to this. I don't wanna sleep tonight, nah. I just wanna take that ride.
2018 GSL Season 3 Rock Shear. (2018) GSL Season 3. This is Rock Shear. I'm gonna risk it all.
What is up, everybody? We're here in the Final Four of the GSL, and this is a very, very special day one of the Final Four because we have an American. For the first time.
Not just any American.
The American.
The American.
That's right. This is the real American dream right here, my friend. 7 years ago, we had a non-Korean get this far into GSL. It was Liquid Jinro, an excellent player at the time. We waited a long time. This is, I think yesterday was the 8th year anniversary of GSL, GSL's birthday. We waited a long time for a moment like this to happen again. And if Neeb wins here, we've got a non-Korean in the finals.
Yeah, and this is so crazy, right? Like we're living in such a weird timeline, right? In the other Infinite universes, I don't think this is really happening.
I agree.
But like if Neeb wins here tonight against TY, who's the GOAT foreigner, right?
That's when we have a whole new can of worms, Artosis, we've opened up.
Because you can't even compare the old people to Neeb and Cyril. It's like, they're different levels now.
Well, now it's like, which region has the best player? Is it EU, NA, KR?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
And, I mean, yeah, and you said it, Tasis, like, it's been 7 years since we've had non-Korean in the round of 4. And, you know, as good and talented as Jinro was, I mean, if you have 10 Neeb-sized Jinros, one Jinro-sized Neeb will take them on.
That's a good way to put it, Artosis. The truth is that back then we did not know anywhere near as much about the game as we do now. So this is a really exciting moment. We're going to go to an interview now and see what our two players, Neeb and TY, are thinking.
There's like at least 1,000 IQ on that stage.
닙 선수와 전태양 선수를 바로 만나보겠습니다. 자, 가장 먼저
Yuri says, let's meet our two players.
외국인 선수죠. 닙 선수인데요. 오늘 만약
going to you first, Neeb.
GSL 사상 최초의 결승 진출입니다. 욕심 나는 타이틀인지 궁금한데요.
So you're the first non-Korean to reach the semifinals of GSL quotas in 7 years, and you have the opportunity to be the first one reaching the finals and rewrite history. Do you have any desire to reach the finals and perform well tonight?
Yeah, I definitely do. I practiced with so many Korean Terrans, and I worked really hard, I think, for this match. So I'm definitely prepared.
당연히 욕심나는 타이틀이고 많은 한국 테란 게이머들과 연습을 많이 하면서 오늘 이날을 위해서 준비를 많이 했기 때문에 오늘 준비가 잘 돼 있고 좋은 경기력 보여주리라고 믿어 의심치 않습니다.
큰 대회에서 자주 만나는 전태양 선수를 만나게 됐습니다. 전태양 선수에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시나요?
No, you have met TY a few times throughout your career in some of the most prestigious tournaments. How do you feel about TY as an opponent?
I think TY is a very hard opponent to play, especially in tournaments, because he's really smart and like he just prepares very well. I think so. It's going to be a hard match for sure.
일단 전태양 선수는 당연히 세계 탑급으로 출중한 선수 중 하나이면 믿어 의심치 않고 일단 전태양 선수 스타일 자체가 매우 영리하고 그다음에 준비성도 상당히 많기로 유명한 선수이기 때문에 매우 상대하기 힘든 상대방이지만 오늘 기필코 준비 잘해왔기 때문에 열심히 해서 좋은 모습 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
네, 이번에는 2연속으로 4강에 오른 전태양 선수 만나보겠습니다. 지난 시즌도 똑같이
Yuri says, let's meet TY. It's now in his second consecutive semifinals. Last time you met a Protoss in the semifinals, Zest, and you were eliminated. Now you've met Neeb, another Protoss. What's your take on your current situation? Yes, last time I was pretty disappointed being eliminated in the semifinals. Once again, I think I've got a great opportunity now to get to the finals. My journey to get to the semifinals is very difficult. I think my opponent is very difficult, but I'm going to do my very best to move on. He says I really want to make it to the finals.
인천 외국인 숙소에서 합숙까지 할 정도로 공을 들였었습니다. 왠지 그때 상대가 닙 선수.
So I understand that you've been going to the foreign player team house in Incheon and practicing there. Can you tell us about that?
도움을 굉장히 많이 받았는데 연습하는 과정에서
Yes, and I've also been practicing with Neeb a little bit there in weeks past. I've noticed from the games I played against him, he's a very smart player and he has a difficult play style to deal with, but I've prepped really hard. And I hope I'm going to bring some great results here today.
So I heard that you guys been practicing a lot at your team house. So do you feel any difficulties in regards to that because you played so many practice matches with TY?
I mean, the matches I played with TY were a few weeks ago at least, like practicing for his round of 16 group, so I don't think it's that important. But yeah, we definitely have practice. I don't think it's a big deal though.
일단 16강 전태양 선수 16강전 경기를 위해서 준비할 때 연습을 도와준 건 맞는데 이미 몇 주 전 얘기고 그게 그다지 지금 생각해봤을 때는 오늘 경기에는 막대한 지장은 없을 것 같습니다.
그렇군요. 자, 오늘 결승에 진출하는 선수에게는 참 많은 것을 소득으로 올라오게 됐는데요. 자, 서로에게 한마디씩 강력하게 나눠보고 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 가장 먼저 닙 선수의 한마디 들어볼게요.
Any words to TY?
Please don't proxy me too many times.
제발 오늘 전진 좀 적당히 해달라고 합니다.
네, 하답해 주시죠.
오늘
And
저는
if to you,
오기 전에
TY.
굉장히 크게 다짐을
Before I
독하게
came to the
다짐하고
studio,
왔는데 오늘
I was
제
very
멘탈이
focused in my
부서지거나
mindset.
닙 선수의 멘탈이 부서지거나
If I have the right
둘중 한 명의
mindset,
엄청난 좀 멘탈 붕괴
or if Neeb
빠질
is
것
not able to be
같은데 그게
focused,
제가 아니었으면
I think
좋겠습니다.
either of us can fall apart. So I hope it's going to be. I hope it's not going to be me.
He prepared mentally and came today. So either his mentality will explode or yours, and he hope his doesn't explode. So beware of it.
네, GSL 최초로 외국 선수가 결승에
Welcome to the
진출을 할
GSL
것인지
Codes round of 4, where someone's mentality will explode.
두 선수의
That does it for our interview. We're going to have a video with our players now. Let's go.
Sun goes up and the sun goes down. Our world goes around, comes around. I'll be gone when the lights go out. In case you miss me, I'm out of town. Sun goes up and the sun goes down. Our world goes around, comes around. I'll be gone when the lights go out. In case you miss me, I'm out of town.
I am a foreigner, got a fire in my soul, never give it up. And I know it don't belong right here. I know it don't belong right here. Fight till I make it home, but keep my eyes to the skies, even if I don't. And I know it don't belong right here.
Okay, we've got our players at the booths. We're going to get this thing going. Neeb versus TY. I am so excited to be here. This is just so cool, man. It's been 7 years since we've casted anything like this in a GSL Code S.
That's correct, Tasteless. It is an exciting time to be alive, to watch this man, to watch Neeb attempt to bring freedom to the GSL.
That's right. Can this American player do it? I've got my fingers crossed. I brought my flag today, Artosis.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. I don't have a flag of it.
Oh,
but
man.
I am excited. I am excited. But, dude, TY is so good at prepping, especially for best of fives, best of sevens. You got to think this guy, as experienced as Neeb is, I mean, TY is kind of, he's one of these ultimate, the ultimate path to being a pro gamer, right? Started at a very, very young age. He's been on stage countlessly. He's very focused. You can even see how articulate he is when he's doing those interviews.
Yeah.
And he's a very put-together pro. He wants this badly.
Yeah, he's
and
like,
of course, there's some pressure on guys. Cyril just won GSL versus the world.
Yeah.
And I know that most people that are watching this are not in Korea and are not on Korean internet. The Korean internet exploded that day. Koreans all over the nation saying that the Koreans need to step their game up.
Well, what happens if Neeb beats TY here tonight?
I don't know.
What happens if Neeb becomes the GSL champion and then wins WCS Montreal and people forget who Cyril really is? What happens then?
What then?
Tasteless?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, this is going to be so cool. What do you think the results are going to be before we start this?
Well, I think that, well, okay, so I'm very excited for it. I want Neeb to win. I want Neeb to go to the finals. But TY is one of these ultimate players that's, like, he doesn't just have, like, those other skills that you can deal with a lot of practice. He's, and I've said this for years now, for my money, he's basically the smartest pro gamer in the whole world. I think his understanding of what he needs to do at all times is basically always on top. So yeah, I'm going with TY today, unfortunately.
Wow. I think that, how does it feel to be a traitor, Artosis?
Well, Tasteless.
How does it feel to be a communist, Artosis? Yeah. All right, let's go. This is game one. Neeb versus TY.
tell you, now you got me nervous, Tasteless. I'm sitting here just hoping that
treason's a pretty serious crime, my friend.
By the grace of M. Canning, I'll be allowed back into the country.
We'll see about that. Oh, whoa. SCB out.
Well, I mean, is anyone surprised about this?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is what everybody does now. Even in the interview, Neeb's like, don't proxy me too many times, okay? Yeah. Look at that.
Okay.
That's oddly satisfying that just fits right there like that. The probe did not scout it.
It's not in all the way, though, Tasteless.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go look at it. I want to see that again.
Unsatisfying.
Yeah, I'm like, how is that oddly satisfying? Look, I understand if it fits perfect. Like, there's this little nook that's just barrack size, and maybe it's even barrack size, but he didn't put it in all the way. Tasteless.
Sorry.
God.
Well,
have some respect for yourself on what satisfies you, Tasteless. Jeez.
So he gets inside the base. He sees there's no barracks here.
Kid eats a Dunkin' Donuts. He's like, that's a great donut. No, it's not, Tasteless.
No, Dunkin' Donuts is not that good. I do know my donuts.
You do.
I do.
That's why I brought that one up specifically.
I was like, wow,
you showed me the way, actually.
You embarrassed me in front of all these people, but I do know my donuts, man.
Yeah.
So, Barracks Factory proxy.
Actually, that fits in there pretty good.
Yeah, that is.
It's a little bit satisfying.
It is. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to back this one up and apologize to you, Tasteless.
Well, I'm glad you walked that one back, Artosius, because now that we see how this
yeah, no, that's
the
pretty
feng shui
satisfying.
of this little positioning is. It's.
If Shine would turn the camera slightly, it would be like really. I'd be getting chills. Okay, so the double proxy here, but Neeb is getting a gateway. He's making an adept. Last time I checked, adepts don't beat cyclones. Can you verify that for me?
Mm-hmm. I don't know about this, man. Probe goes down. Again, game one very important here in a best of 7.
Yeah,
and I can't say I'm too shocked that he actually went for a proxy like this.
Well, this is just what TY did like the entire last group, right? When he won with his stats and SOS and Keen. He was just like, hey, here's some proxies. How do you like those proxies? I heard you like proxies, so I put a proxy in your proxy.
By the way, the Shading Adept is not spotted. Stargate out on the map.
Jeez.
Now, a lot of what TY's doing is hinged on actually doing damage to Neeb. If he doesn't do any damage, then TY has buildings in the middle of the map, which doesn't help at all.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see what exactly Neeb's going to come up with to try to hold on to this. The Cyclones are coming forward, and
well, he sees him coming. He is making a robo.
Yeah. There's one Immortal on the way. He does have a battery here.
He's adding more batteries as well, so that's all good stuff. I mean, these
Hey, dude, it's going to be a medevac drop, by the way, followed up with this.
Yeah.
This is really interesting.
Yeah, TY has really randomized his build quite a bit. It looks like Neeb is going to be putting on TY is going to be putting on a lot of pressure here. Neeb is going to bring all of his defense to the front, and then TY is going to drop the main base with Hellions to kill all the probes. This is kind of what I was talking about, where I think it's really hard for anyone to beat TY because he's just too smart. He's like, yeah, you will have prepared for proxy Cyclones. And now Neeb's like, where are the other Cyclones? And he cancels a shield battery. So Neeb's starting to sniff out what's happening.
Now he might try to come out here and hunt down these Cyclones, but this drop's about to start over here inside the main. And you can see TY's trying to fish the army out a little bit further. There is a blind spot inside the main base here for Neeb.
Ooh, he's starting to move up the Stalkers. He's starting to sniff this out right now. But is it too late?
Okay, he's come in now. The probe evacuation so far so good, but these Hellions are starting to get a little bit closer. Five taken out now.
Yeah, just the star sense that we've seen here out of Neeb.
Ooh, good block.
It's so good. Like, okay, so I'm looking at this game right now, Tasteless, and obviously a lot of damage was just done. He's killed 9 probes, and like TY was just an unbelievably big, sexy brain to come up with this, knowing the way he's perceived and the way people would prepare for that. He's like, okay, how would you counter what I do? He's like, okay, how would I counter that and still make it look like what I normally do, right? But the fact that Neeb just started feeling it, right? He was sitting there playing his game. He cancels his 3rd shield battery, and then he starts walking Stalkers up the ramp. He was just slightly late, but it's not like he practiced against this build. This is a new TY special coming out.
Yeah.
So what I'm watching here is like an unbelievable gut from Neeb, and even though he took a lot of damage, this is like saying so much about his skill right now.
Well, the scary thing, though, is with the amount of damage he's taken, it's 14 to 31 right now as far as workers go. Now, Neeb can try to chrono out a lot more probes and try to play catch up here, but TY might be able to comfortably expand. Now, Neeb, his response to this is to actually apply pressure of his own. He's going to have to be very careful with this, because if he screws his attack up, he should end up just losing this game.
We did see some of this as well, right? Wasn't it maybe Stats that was doing a bunch of immortal drops in that last group? It's a good way to counter some of these proxies.
Okay, the bunker's not quite done yet.
Ooh.
Oh, he's going to get that SCV.
Wow.
The pressure's coming on. There's one siege tank here in the back. Medevac coming back with 2 Cyclones.
Yeah, you're not breaking that with what Neeb's got right now. So Neeb does have to back up for the time being. TY way up in supply right now. Look at this. Neeb only has 12 workers, man. He's got to go.
Yep, he's going to come down here now. Trying to target down that Immortal. Good juggling. However, the Immortal still might be a little bit too low.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. Juggling warps in a few more units, but it seems like there's just not enough muscle here for Neeb. Even if he were to kill the siege tank, I don't think it's quite enough.
No.
Yeah.
TY wins there.
Yeah,
nice hold.
Pretty decisive, but I tell you what, I think that this is a scary opponent, the scariest opponent that Neeb could really possibly have right here.
I agree.
Because he's just not brute force, and you can stop brute force as Neeb, but just the fact that Neeb started to sniff that out right before it happened and was slightly slow on it, I mean, this series, I don't think it's going to be one-sided.
No, dude. I mean, look, that was a really good build that TY started out with. Definitely tilting there for Neeb. Of course, when you do openers like that, that's not something that TY will be trying over and over in the series. So it doesn't give any additional data on, you know, kind of how TY is approaching the matchup overall. I thought Neeb really exhibited a lot of intelligence and fortitude by doing the counterattack like that. That was probably the only thing he could have done. Odds very low that it would work, but he's able to read that situation and say, okay, if I can actually come in here and do a really good bust, maybe I can actually force a liftoff here, and I'm making enough probes back at home that the game goes on. But TY holds, and barely. So now we go to the map blue shift here. Again, guys, this is a best of 7. It's been 7 years since we've had a non-Korean here in the Final Four. And the winner of this goes on to the finals of this season of the GSL. Let's go.
Yeah. You thought Maru proxy a lot?
Maru is what you do.
Maru is a defensive player as far as I'm concerned, okay?
Those are defensive proxies, okay? This is... TY is going to do... Now, this might not be the exact same attack, but it looks like what TY's prepped for this best of 7. We may see a lot more of this, is cycling through various proxy builds.
Yeah, this one already looks different. Just the place that you put down the barracks, you can't make a reactor right there, right? So I think it's incredibly intelligent for him to do something like continually throw Neeb off, right? Last game he made it look just like a Cyclone push, and it was the Hellion drop. Here, you know, Neeb is like, well, I'm not sure where this proxy is, but will this be something aggressive? I don't think so. I think he's probably going to make a Reaper, and probably maybe even his factory at home, you know? This doesn't have to be aggressive. He can make this go into a regular game.
It's funny because even though Neeb scouts and confirms that there is a barrack sitting on the map, it's not clear what kind of build it is just yet. You can see that probe is moving around now. In fact, there's a second probe even sent out here as Neeb is desperately trying to find what his opponent's up to so he can counter it. And you can see TY's hitting this in a location where it seems like Neeb can eventually scout it, but not that efficiently.
Yeah, not that
Neeb's still going to find it pretty late.
It's not the first, second, or even third place. There we go. He finally ends up seeing it. He's going to double check and make sure that there's no factory there, but it is the factory just out in the main base.
And we have that Reaper almost out now. The factory used at the wall in there back at home, and it's going to be a bunker laid down here. Now, one probe coming by can thought maybe try to harass that, but I guess he wants to make the battery instead.
Yeah, well, this is going to go straight up to that main base. Now you got to decide, do you chase this Reaper down? Do you go down and try to kill the SCV with the Adept? Let's see it. I think he has to go after the Reaper.
Okay.
And now he's making Marines to just rally over.
Oh, this is such an interesting rush.
Yeah, it's really smart. And the Reaper just bought him enough time to actually get this. Look at that.
So now we're seeing a bunker push over here. I'm not clear on the range distance. Does that also hit the Nexus there at that angle?
I'm actually not 100%.
It's actually, because I see it hitting the pine. I'm just curious because, you know, ultimately the goal is usually to take out the Nexus here.
I believe it could also hit the Nexus.
Now, there's no SCV here to repair right now. This battery can keep healing this. Neeb's control pretty damn good right now.
Yeah. It's far enough away, though, that I think the Reaper inside it hits nothing. So, kind of funny that Marines are a little bit needed. Okay, he's going to go ahead and sell it, but he forced 3 shield batteries, and he's making a command center home. 3 shield batteries, it's not a Nexus tasteless, but it's 3/4 of a Nexus, okay?
It's something, and those batteries I don't think are going to have that much utility later on here. I mean, you of course want to be teching up when you're expanding, but at the same time, you know what TY did? That's not a straightforward way to play the game, right? You do proxy out there like that. TY's expansion going to be like a little bit later here. He's going to, you know, the macro kicking in here, going to be a little bit tougher, but
well, he's
at the same time, you're right, with those batteries that he bought, it's not like you could counter pressure here as Protoss.
No, he's slowing down everything for Neeb, and it's so tricky to play against something like this. It's like TY is randomizing his play the best that we've almost ever seen right now, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I know it's early, it's like 2 games in, but Neeb really has no idea what TY is doing in each game so far. And the thing is, he waits a certain amount of time and he starts feeling something's different, but he's being forced into countering these things. And like, let's say that it was just a follow-up of like a bunch of Cyclones or something, and he didn't make the shield batteries, and suddenly everyone's like, come on, Neeb, it's obvious, right? But in this game, it's like, oh, Neeb, he's tricking you, you know? And it's just, what a difficult scenario here for our American Protoss.
Okay, these Widow Mines are coming down here. Neeb immediately pulls away.
Yeah, good pullback.
Nicely done. The Stalker's trying to hit this medevac right over here. Now, Neeb, so far, the control pretty damn good, actually, with pulling these probes. In fact, this is kind of crazy. He haven't quite done anything right now.
Well, 4 probes and a Stalker, really not that bad, to be honest.
And in fact, even Widowmine going to try to get out over here.
Yeah, his medevac made it out as well, which is really, really important.
Smart to use the Widowmine drop into the area where the batteries are. Yeah, I mean, the batteries are not going to save the day there, you know. Yeah. Now, Neeb hit a pylon down here, but this is unfortunately for Neeb, immediately spotted here by TY.
Oh,
get it.
Oh, my God. Oh, they're both so good. Oh, it hurts me how good they are.
He's like going in between the 2 mines, and they're
God.
juking and jiving
and
around.
He was baiting into the mines, and then Neeb's like, no. There's a little tiny line in here that I can tiptoe on.
Yeah, he's playing so well.
Oh, my God.
Okay, here comes Cloak Banshee.
Well, at least we know if this pro gamer thing doesn't work out for Neeb, he can join the circus as a tightrope walker, okay?
I mean, it's pretty
like
crazy
God.
what he's able to pull off here. And you got to think that, I mean, he's basically responding as this is appearing on his screen, right?
Yeah.
TY, so far, just in the 2 games that we've seen, we're not even done with this game, but he's coming in here with such unique harass openers and proxies that it's really keeping Neeb on his guard. In some ways, he's basically keeping Neeb from actually playing the game that he wants to play. TY has to, well, Neeb has to answer every question that TY throws at him.
Yeah. This is kind of an interesting little to and fro we see here, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 Banshees that flew out, they've flown back. There's double Oracle and Phoenixes out right now. So Neeb is kind of flying around looking for these. In fact, look at this. He comes up and tags them immediately.
Yeah, good catch there.
This is really cool to see what Neeb is prioritizing. He is literally just sitting there and saying, okay, I don't want to be caught off guard by Banshees. Because even if you have the counters to Banshees, like Phoenixes and Oracles, right, that'll kill the Banshees dead. But if they are slightly out of position, 2 Banshees fly into the base that they're not at, and you lose like 8 probes before they get there.
Yeah.
And then suddenly TY just kills you again. So Neeb is staying so on top of being proactive. You know, well, that was like 2 of the same things, but it's just very good stuff.
By the way,
I'm just going to start clapping into the microphone like I'm a seal, okay?
Dude, that was so sick. Good catch there.
Yeah.
On the Widow Mine. Stim is about to finish. I don't know if TY is going to try to move out now with the number of Oracles and Phoenixes that are there. Generally speaking, Stim is when we actually see the Terran try to move with infantry. But no, I don't think it's going to be safe this time around. So I think Neeb is starting to get where he wants to be, guys.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, he's going to get into his Colossus tech. He's going into Blink from here as well. But TY is just really focusing on his macro at the moment. He is going to land this 3rd command center. He's got a lot of production going, quite a few Marauders being made, and a 2nd Robo. Okay, so I think it's actually going to be Disruptors and not Colossus, and that would make more sense with this Blink upgrade. If you already have Phoenixes, you don't necessarily need Blink as your first upgrade out of the Twilight if you're going Colossus, but if you're going Disruptor, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, they'll pair better that way.
Yeah.
The third base has been taken here by TY and continuing to gather more minerals over there, and it seems like now TY might be able to push. Now, this army has been pegged, or it was tagged there for a minute as it comes forward. Now, the Banshees are going to try to come in here from behind to one-shot workers.
Those are some patient Banshees.
Oh, but this is a great little harass over here with these 2 Adepts coming in, denying mining.
One Marine right there set off the stasis ward. Now look at this. This is so painful.
Okay. There should be Oracles over there with those Phoenixes. He can tag that and then take out those remaining Banshees. So that was 4 probes killed. The Banshees not exactly paying for themselves here.
Yeah, that was not as bad as it could have been for sure.
You know what? Even with 1-1 done, TY decides it's probably a wiser decision to back off.
Oh my god.
Regroup.
Oh my god. Hold me, Tasteless. My favorite Terran player is adding 2 factories in
Oh, yeah,
armory.
he's going to switch into mech.
Holy.
Now, that's an interesting moment. Right when he gets 1-1, this actually looks a lot like what some of these players were doing in Brood War, you know, where they get 1-1 and switch into mech that way.
Oh, my God.
But
yeah,
we're seeing it here in StarCraft 2. Yeah,
I don't know, man, because I think he's going to stay on bio, but maybe he's going to do something like mass siege tanks to deal with Disruptor.
You know, that could be it as well.
And it's people will want to point out to me that Disruptors can hit siege tanks. Yes, they can hit siege tanks. I am understanding this, but that does not mean that you want to walk into a line of siege tanks. I don't know. Let's see what he wants to do, but I think that is what it's going to be. I think it's going to be lots of siege tanks plus bio.
I think it's an interesting response to the fact that Neeb is going for Mass Disruptor. Both these guys reading and reacting to each other so well. Ooh, okay. Well, that's one of those moments where you're just not going to talk when you're seeing that happen. I'm not sure what's going on.
So yeah, he's going siege tanks right now. This can be a good counter to robo units once you get to a nice big number.
There's a 4th Nexus being taken down in the bottom right.
Man, this is exciting. He's making 3 siege tanks at a time.
Yeah. But when is the moment that he can really push?
Oh, TY?
I mean, these guys are going to be...
I think he's going to max.
Just stay back until you have everything you think you need. There's already an
yeah.
Immortal switch over here.
If you don't get at least 2 rounds of siege tanks out of your triple factory, then it doesn't even make sense to go triple factory, right? Like, you got to get an actual mass of them, and he has to have 2-2 finish as well. So yeah, I think he's basically going to be maxed out when he pushes. And the way that Neeb is scouting right now, seeing those extra factories, he's probably like, huh, that's a little bit weird, but he's adding a lot of Immortals at the moment. Looks like he's getting some Templar tech as well.
Pretty insane amount of gateways there.
Yeah.
So Neeb is going to stay just outside the edge of the sensor tower. And this is actually pretty smart. I mean, you could really keep the Terran honest in this way. Okay, takes out these medevacs. He's going to need to blink away. Oh, wow. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, these siege tanks are doing a good job at really making those disruptors a lot less useful. But Neeb is switching up the way that he's playing a little bit, right? He's not just sitting here on, Blink Disruptor or anything like that. He's going into mass Immortals, getting his upgrades. He's making quite a few Zealots at the moment. Charge Zealots, when you get a big enough number, can be very, very good against siege tank-based play. You get right up on that bio, and then suddenly the siege tanks are doing almost as much damage to the Terran army as the Protoss.
Okay, Terran's going to move out now. Upgrades are completed. There are some traps laid out here. A nice one going off there, but there's still plenty of tanks, enough to siege up. Neeb has to back up for a little bit and respect that amount of artillery.
Yeah, I think TY has to be a little bit slow right now. He does have his 2-2, though, so it makes sense he's starting to try to push.
So with the Disruptors, you can create a no man's land by continuously chucking those out there where it's pretty hard to advance. Neeb's continuing to grow, by the way, despite the threat of a push being very real here. Now, Immortals have been... Oh, hold on. Is he going to... I was going to say, I don't think you should go into that. But I guess he wants to soak up some shots so that maybe the Disruptors can shave off the edges of that army.
Right now, Neeb looks like he's going into Tempest Tech, I do believe. And I think that is just such a fantastic call here. Siege him from the air. You got those Disruptors, so Marines can't really rush forward into your Tempests. And the Tempests are one of the things that actually can push back Liberator Siege Tank.
Okay, he might be able to isolate this bottom right base and push into it, or he might try to actually just push into this third base over here in the center right.
Look at this push that we're seeing. Oh my
Okay, now he's got to hallucinate a Colossus to soak shots up here. The Phoenix just come in to pick up the tanks. Immortals firing down. The Liberators have been taken out as well, but I think there might be too much here in the back.
Yeah, he has quite a few more units coming up. Neeb has to turn around, throws down a big force field wall there to keep the units from following him. He still has a sizable army, so he is definitely not down and out of this yet.
Yeah, they traded supply pretty reasonably here.
Yeah.
You can see TY still itching to try to get down to that location there in the bottom right. Only one more disruptor in with this group right now.
He's adding some more disruptors, but more siege tanks have come up. He's got 6 up there now. It looked like only 3 for a little bit.
Okay, so some infantry is going to come down here and start hitting this a little bit further. It's not clear there's actually going to be enough here for Neeb to try to hold this on, so instead Neeb's going to try to attack in over here. Good kiting, though, by TY.
Yeah,
the Immortals firing down on these remaining tanks, though, wipes them out.
Oh, God, the Immortals really dealing a huge amount of damage right now. In fact, he cleans basically the whole army.
That was such a hard decision for Neeb to make, to actually try to attack that army when he saw the small infantry attack in the bottom right, but it was the right decision. And now Neeb saves both fights. He takes out the drop. Bottom right base completely safe. Now Neeb's also expanded to the north. Oh, okay, he's expanded to the north, but there's a Liberator here that's going to be chased away.
Oh, man.
Ah!
This is
so much stuff happening in this game.
I know, it's really cool and interesting in the little shifts, right? He made a bunch of Immortals. He's going back into Disruptors at this point. But look at this from TY. He's actually getting Drilling Claws. He's making Siege Tanks plus Mines, right? The Mines, like, if Neeb continually is kind of switching his tech up and utilizing Charge Lots and, you know, Archons and all that, then those will be fantastic. But the fact that he's going back into the Disruptors are going to make the Mines just not that useful. I think Neeb might have kind of outdone him here a little bit.
Yeah, doing more damage up here. Neeb really able to control the map at this point in time, tearing open all these rocks so that there's lots of different angles that Neeb can try to strike from. Keep in mind also, guys, TY doesn't have an easy place to expand to. Maybe the bottom center, but that can still be a long shot. It's very pushable by Neeb. Neeb actually going to come here and hit the center left. Now, there is a drop that was headed to the bottom right. I don't know if he's going to turn it around or not.
Oh, man, those Disruptors really zoning everything out. He's going to get rid of this planetary very quickly. It looks like TY's counterattack will hit that, I guess, 5th base of Neeb's, but when you have this many bases as Protoss, I think you're probably feeling pretty good.
Okay, we got a recall here. Some nice hits before that's fully taken back home, and that's exactly... So he's going to be able to fend that off, but the Nexus will have to be rebuilt. Neeb, again, expanding to the top center.
Look at this. He is getting every ounce of damage he possibly can here, blinking forward immediately, taking out as many of the retreating units as is possible. A ton of mines out at the moment with Drilling Claws, but Disruptors are a great counter to mines.
Oh, yeah, these mines. I think actually Neeb might be able to break him here. He's going to rotate around again here. He probably knows that TY is expanding to the center left again, so why not send his army over there? He can even have the Disruptors spread out here so that if armies try to engage him, he can shoot out a few Disruptor shots there.
But look at this. A huge flank coming in right now by TY. He's actually dodging a lot of these Disruptor shots. Does have to pull back on the top because of zoning shots on the bottom.
Yeah, you can see the Disruptors coming around here now. One taken out. Neeb wants to try to deny this expansion from being taken. I think if Neeb can do that, Neeb could probably win this game, but TY throwing everything he's got at this Protoss army.
These Disruptor shots are insanity right now. He's cleared out so much. Neeb's army would have been pushed back so much more quickly without those. But this micro of TY is really fantastic as well.
Okay, we have a few more Disruptor shots coming around. Right now, TY is barely hanging on to this game. Neeb has reclaimed the bottom right. That Nexus just finished, excuse me. Neeb also has the top center here. Neeb's continuing to roam around and look for any weak areas where he can try to push the army in. Like this one over here, just a tank to defend.
Wow. Coming down and dealing a lot of damage to these long-distance mining SCVs immediately. Taking out 15 right there. TY's worker count is just about the lowest that you ever see it at. This guy known for making more SCVs than basically anybody.
Another counterattack coming in over here to try to hit this location. You see Neeb with a few small warpins. It looks like he may have to bring his army back here because there's just not enough to actually defend this. Oh, going for the Nexus again. But he's going to try to get these medevacs here where you won't be able to escape.
Well, I guess he gets it, and he might be able to pick off a couple Stalkers before that all dies. But this is getting worse and worse for TY right now. And I got to say, this was such a fantastic game. So many interesting aspects, like all the mind games from TY, switching into 3-factory siege tanks, something you just never, ever see. That's like a TVZ build or something.
Yeah. So interesting.
But at the end of the day, Neeb is he's so flexible tonight.
Yeah. And again, this is a game where after game one, TY proxied. He took Neeb out in a pretty quick fashion. This time, TY tried a different proxy, and then Neeb managed to stabilize. Here comes the remainder of TY's forces. He's trying to spread out and micro the best he can. It seems as though Neeb simply has too much. He is overwhelming TY. GG.
Wow.
We're tied up 1-1.
All right, now this is a series.
This is so sick, man.
Like, amazing.
That game was insane.
Yeah. I am absolutely loving it. These first two games really show a lot, too. Like, I know Neeb died right away in the first one, but we're seeing, like, how brainy TY is being, how he's trying to trick Neeb, how Neeb is adjusting as quickly as possible. We're seeing a lot of tech shifts from both sides. You can tell both these guys came utterly prepared.
Yes. How many more times is TY going to try this proxy stuff? Is he going to shift gears here and go into a more standard game? Does Neeb have any tricks up his sleeve for the early game?
Yeah, well, it's a very good question.
We're going to go to this break. When we come back, game number 3, Neeb versus TY.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talking love. Remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now in December, found the love that we shared in September. Only blue talking love. Remember the true love we shared. Learn to love the day you're in, 'cause this is where it all begins. is all you know. Honestly, you're good to go. Starting isn't easy when everyone's a doubter. You're headed where you'll be free. Don't turn around now. Oh,
아프리카 TV에는 당신이 아는 것보다 다양한 인종이 살고 있죠. 말 많은 인종, 발 빠른 인종, 잘 먹는 인종, 영리한 인종, 친절한 인종까지. 모든 게 컨텐츠가 되고 누구나 주인공이 되는 세상. 알고 보면 멋진 세상.
Are you free? Africa TV.
(2018) GSL Season 3. This is Rockshear.
Finally, that break was too long. What a crazy series we've had so far, man. It's tied up 1-1 in Game 1. TY with very effective proxy and kind of unorthodox harass patterns. Coming in there, doing a lot of damage. Neeb has to concede Game 1. In Game 2, TY, same idea, different series of attacks within that proxy, a different style to it. And ultimately, Neeb brought us into a super late game and dominated. And why are we in the dark right now?
I don't know.
All right.
I actually kind of liked it.
It's kind of cool. I felt like we had it much better as like a kind of a spooky GSL cast, you know? Like I have to cast with a flashlight under my face like this. Anyways, my train of thought. It's tied up 1-1, and Neeb is showing that in a long, drawn-out macro game, he can take on someone like TY.
Yeah, and I think it is true. It's definitely a possibility. TY did bust out some very strange play there with 3-factory Siege Tank. It's something we never see against Protoss, and Neeb did beat it. So that kind of begs the question, is it something that we'll see again? I don't know, but I'm very interested in it. You know, Rogue was trying to bring out some kind of newish stuff against Neeb and got punished for that and was eliminated. So TY better be careful where he treads.
This is true. We have yet to see a standard game from TY.
Well, this next map is a 4-player map, so
yeah. So
does this make the proxy more likely or less likely?
I actually don't know, because
I'd say
nowadays
less.
I feel like it's supposed to be more because everything makes it more likely with proxying. People are proxying so much, but standard RTS theory would tell me no, he probably has to do something a little bit more within the realm of ordinary. Game 3's ready, let's go!
Team Neeb.
Looking strong so far today, no doubt about that.
Our American badass. He could go to the finals, everybody. After just recently, Cyril winning GSL versus the world as well. Times are changing.
Splice TY.
Neeb wins here. All the dumb arguments on the internet are going to shift to a new dumb argument of, is it NA or EU that's actually the best at StarCraft 2?
That right there, my friend, that's a proxy by Neeb. Right in the center of the map. He's not messing around.
The probe can't swim. He's stuck there. Someone get him help.
Until the tide goes out, right?
That's right.
Is he a Murloc or is he drowning?
So some Neeb support here. Team Neeb. I agree.
All right, the
guys, for those of you cheering right now, remember, all right, while you're waving your flag around, it can't touch the ground, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have to know how to fold it into triangles when you're going to put it away.
Yeah.
But of course, a lot of people watching also cheering for TY. There's a lot of Koreans that do not want a non-Korean to dominate right now. Not after what Cyril did in GSL versus the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's even more interesting, right, if we have the last 2 GSL tournaments so far. The last 2 so far. Wow, I have some really weird ways I'm forming sentences lately. But if they're won by non-Korean players, right? That's crazy. And then we just got Super Tournament left.
Yeah,
it's like, right. Well, huh. Anyways, it is tied up 1-1. I think that TY is also playing fantastically today.
He really is. He's come here with some very mapped out openings.
Mm-hmm. But this proxy with TY building his command center on low ground, a little bit nervous for him, right? He's starting to get an idea of what's going on.
On paper, that should not be ideal, Artosis. Your command center is not done. There's a Zealot and a Stalker walking up. Okay, so yeah, he could definitely get the SCV before the CC finishes, and I don't think there's any way for Terran to really contest this.
No, he's probably going to have to just straight up cancel that, I would say, but maybe not. He's right. He's making a Cyclone. It seems like he might want to fight for it, but so often when Terrans fight for this is where they get even further behind.
It's like the sunken cost fallacy. Like, the SCVs, by the way, are coming up here to try to get the SCVs. And this is really annoying right now for TY. I mean, this is a really bad start. It doesn't mean TY can't come back. Okay, Depot drops, but there's 3 Stalkers over here.
Well, the Zealot getting in, too. That's a little bit of a pain. Look at that. 3 SCVs dead so far, and of course, you can micro with the Stalkers against this Cyclone quite a bit.
Yeah, SCV is going to be used to try to repair that.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Neeb is so good. This is such a Brady move here. Okay, so we got a Robo proxied out here as well. Now, Neeb needs to be careful. Many of these Stalkers are super low on HP. He does have TY contained. TY is going to be able to, or excuse me, has already finished remaking that command center there onto the low ground.
Dude, with this proxy location with the Robo, the fact that he's just sitting here making Stalkers, he's almost got Warp Gate, he's almost got 3 gates. And look at this, he's going to set up the mine now. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, he forces the lift up.
Oh, but he picks it up. He picks up the mine. He's
huge.
Closing in. 2 Marines left, 1 Cyclone.
Now he's about to have a Prism as well, so this is going to get even more deadly. A second Cyclone pops out.
Stalker barely not taken out.
Oh, my
CC
gosh.
is going to lift. TY does not feel safe.
No, nor should he feel safe. More Stalkers coming in. Neeb doing a PvP build right now.
Did the Reaper spot it? No. But he might still suspect.
Well, you see more Stalkers there now, so yeah, you could suspect another pylon for sure.
He's going to come in here. He can ferry these onto the high ground.
Maximum security. Here we go. Gonna set off that mine. Ooh, good pickup.
Okay, microing back here. You can use the warp ability, kind of like a substitute for Blink in these moments.
Yeah. And he's doing a fantastic job of it as well.
Oh. There's one Reaper, but I think TY is too preoccupied to micro it and kill workers.
He's microing way too heavily right now. By the way, Immortal's coming out. TY, it's all he can do to stay alive right now. If he can stay alive for a bit, maybe he can come back in this situation. But right now, this is looking very tough.
Okay, the depot's going to be taken out. This actually, if he gets the next one, it's almost going to be supply block time here. Yeah, only 3 supply remaining here. And Neeb can keep trying to push in. Immortal about to finish up.
Yeah, this is getting so deadly. Here comes that Immortal. Single shot off there. Was that a Reaper running past, I believe?
That was a Reaper, yes.
Yeah.
So is he going to try to elevator this over here? Just north of this position? Yes, I think he is.
Why not?
Well, there's nothing really to defend. And in fact, the refinery and the command center make a bottleneck for the infantry if they try to come over this way.
Yeah, he's going to have to straight up lift up that command center, I think. But here we go. All the SCVs being pulled. This might be the final stand of TY.
Guardian Shield goes down.
Oh
Immortal
my
still fired
gosh.
away. And GG. Neeb takes game 3.
Oh. Neeb.
Whoa.
Is winning 2-1, and that strategy. Little bit of Haas coming
Look at
out
his smile.
right there. Yeah.
Look at his smile. After the adrenaline calmed down, he's like, oh my God, I'm up 2-1 against TY. All right.
Sitting there thinking about what he's going to do with all that GSL Finals fame and money. TY, of course, probably the best player not to have won a GSL as of yet in Korea.
Yeah.
He's made it to the finals, but not able to take it home.
He was born with StarCraft here in Korea. He's met his match right now. Neeb is taking him on, and TY is, say TY and probably SOS probably the best in best of 7s when it comes to planning and mapping and bluffing. But right now, Neeb is taking the lead.
16-bit is our next map. This can be a little bit of a tricky one on both sides. You have that back free natural. Is it time for another proxy?
I think so.
Every game so far has had a proxy.
Yeah, remember when people made buildings in their bases?
Dude,
well, not anymore.
It's getting pretty weird that like every game for a long time now.
Having proxies, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, game 4 is ready. Neeb versus TY.
Take Neeb.
He's a monster. Look at that monster. Look into his eyes.
He looked back at you for a second.
I know
you
he
see
did.
that? I was like, oh, he saw my soul.
He hears everything.
His opponent.
Splice TY.
If you lift up his Splice shirt, he's got the Krang head in his stomach.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how smart he is. He's got 2 brains. Just like a brontosaurus.
Yeah.
He's got 1 brain in his tail, tasteless.
We see the probe coming out here. It appears
Look
the
at him,
probe
he's scouting everywhere.
He's just looking to see, okay, is there any more hidden buildings? This seems to be the new norm. Now, this time around, TY is not making, at least for now, anything in the middle of the map.
No, he's not interested. See, this is how much he's kind of randomizing his play, that right now Neeb is sending out an early probe and scouting absolutely everywhere that he can for that possible proxy.
Now, you know, it's not ideal if you send a probe out early on and don't find anything. You know, you would have wanted that probe to be mining back at home, but the meta's gotten really crazy. I think it started especially with the Terrans figuring out all these cool proxies, and the fact that just because you're proxying doesn't mean it's going to be one certain type of rush.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways you can randomize the rush, and if the Protoss has the wrong setup, they can just lose too many workers. But Protoss as well been doing a lot of sneaky stuff. I mean, Neeb basically punted TY into game 4 after that rush in game 3. TY didn't even get to do what he planned.
Yeah. And I think this game he will be able to do what he planned. I think both sides probably will, considering they're taking a more laxed approach, both of them expanding. A couple of cowards is what I say.
How dare they?
Thought we were just
going to
see
expand
nonstop
and make
fights.
bases and, you know, try to get high-tech units? Okay, I guess.
God. Give me my fisticuffs. Where are my fisticuffs, Tasteless?
So this game tends to lend itself towards more macro play because you get this free base in the back of your base. We've also seen games where some players will not take that free base until much, much, much later on.
Yeah, a lot of times
but it seems like with
players.
Yeah, but it seems like especially with these two, there's no reason why you'd want to do that. You probably want to try to stay safe and defensive. There's been so much attacks early on. So this might be the first time we actually have a real, more ordinary macro game. I know in game 2 it went to a later point in the game and Neeb eventually won that, but that was, of course, all after TY did some crazy proxies.
Well, he's scouting a little bit right here. The mine pops out, sees it. Couple shots, kind of nice. Getting ready to set that mine off, maybe get some more damage on it. It's really useful even to put damage on a mine. You can kill it quicker when it unloads in your base.
That'll help out a lot more later on. Adept coming here to try to chase out this Reaper. 1 probe killed.
Great scouting by the Reaper here.
Yeah, this Reaper control is pretty insane, man. Look at this.
It's got so much intel. He sees the second Oracle on the way. Look at that. Oh. So I imagine Neeb will just go into third base from here, likely. But there have been some very aggressive Oracle-based attacks. Yeah, it doesn't look like he'll go for that.
There was a period in StarCraft 2 where we were watching Protoss players either fly into Widow Mines, or we would see the players barely not fly into Widow Mines. But I don't know if it's going to be the case this time around. Now Protoss seem to have adapted to this and really learned how to play a safer game here and just be super vigilant with that Oracle, making sure it doesn't get picked off for no reason at all.
Yeah. Now this Oracle actually being pushed back heavily by the Viking. This Viking can be a little bit annoying, especially if the Adepts aren't back home. Landed Vikings 2-shot probes.
Okay, please give me this moment. Yes, I finally have a game where I have a Phoenix picking up a landed Viking.
Yeah. Now, if only there were a medevac to pick this up quickly when it pops out.
Yeah. Okay, here comes the drop now. Gonna fly just past these Adepts. One Widow Mine going down here. So far, Neeb with pretty decent control. Oh, doesn't get the pickup on the mine here.
Oh, actually.
That was an interesting little engagement there.
Gets that Phoenix, so he should be able to boost out and unload.
He's still on the run here from these Oracles. Trying to increment those out against that. I mean, it's a lot of damage that you're going to be taking right away. Oh, I guess it's only one there. What is this fight? What am I seeing?
Well,
okay.
This fight is both sides displaying perfect micro is what it is. One of the Oracles ran out of energy, so he couldn't just massacre the Marines, so the Marines could actually fight. He tried to keep the medevac alive.
It seems like Neeb wants to open up the option here to possibly pressure Terran when Terran tries to take his third base. Since TY is constantly sending out groups of units to try to hit Neeb, Neeb's basically shutting this down, which means there should be less to defend back at home. So TY, if he loses the next few attacks coming in here, Neeb might try to whip this around and then beat down the soon-to-be third base of TY.
Well, I think TY is basically like only going to do light harassments from here. That's what it's kind of seeming like, right? He's flying around with this medevac. He's trying to mix it up, maybe get rid of some air units.
Proxy pylon spotted as well.
But he's added a double eBay. He's just added 4 barracks. He's just starting his upgrades and everything, so should be a little bit. Now look at what Neeb's doing.
Mass gates and Adept Claves, yep. This is really cool. He's going for a fight.
He certainly is. Like,
this is you know, when you're setting up like this, you're trying to win at a specific moment of the game. You're not trying to keep them at bay and slowly get ahead and either wait for them to make a blunder, you know, or you just simply out macro them, out produce them. No, this is intended to hit in a moment where Terran is still trying to develop a healthy army and get all the right upgrades. And what Neeb's hoping to do in this game is to blindside him.
Yeah, and you know what? We just saw a scan, but you can't really tell that it's Adepts because you don't see the Adepts, right? But he sees there's a lot of gates. He sees that he's getting those upgrades, right? So he's starting to make his wall. He's starting to turtle up.
Well, there's Phoenixes around here as well. That doesn't necessarily telegraph Adept Claves, but you know, he's seeing that he wants to be active with these units.
Once upon a time, this was the strongest strategy we had in this matchup. But it's definitely no longer the case. People do understand how to play against it now. See, he did another scan, and he actually does not... All he sees is there's no gases there, but that would be pretty normal with these gateway timings, right? You're expecting a big attack to come. Is he going to actually have enough to stay alive here?
Well, let's see how everything's positioned over here.
Well, that's not enough units to kill him, that's for sure.
This is a Adept plan. What?
Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, wait, no, he's hitting the main. Okay, never mind.
Well, these Adepts are hitting over here. A lot of SCVs are being taken out. 10 so far and hitting this eBay as well. He then shades in over on this side of the map. Adepts still hitting the workers over here in the third.
Oh, my God. Adepts absolutely everywhere. 23 SCVs killed thus far.
Man. And there's still room for Neeb to try to come in here again. I mean, there's more locations where the Warp Prism can be utilized here. It looks like he's going to be able to close in on this, and once the Warp Prism's taken out, no more Warp-ins there.
Okay, so he has done a huge amount of damage to TY, but this game is absolutely not over. TY's army is metric tons stronger than anything Neeb can make right now. Neeb's tech, look, he has 7 Stalkers without blink, 5 Phoenixes that are bruised and low energy, and a few measly sentries.
Okay.
This Terran army is enough to possibly just walk across the map and kill Neeb.
Yeah. Neeb needs to try to slow this down in any way he possibly can. He's
just
trying to draw
lost
this
his prism.
back. Yep.
How do you slow it down?
I don't know, man. I mean, you could try to harass the Phoenixes, but I don't think that's going to be enough. TY making a beeline over here towards the northeast. You can see Neeb trying to poke in, trying to bait back that attack. A Widowmine hits that. I actually think Neeb might just die here.
Yeah, I think
this
there's
is
a
so
very
much
good chance
coming
he
at
just
him.
dies. If he can live, if he can hold this,
actually,
there's a possibility he holds
some of this
it
is going to come down to the angling of the fight. There's a lot of infantry, but they can't all get up there at once. Here we go. Force fields go down. Nice isolating on those Marines.
Hey, more and more adepts coming in right now. Neeb trying to just overrun. Looks like he decides he has to turn around right there.
Yeah, as long as he stays alive, guys, the worker count's going to be too high here for Neeb.
Yeah, and it looks like a Ghost Academy got started over here.
He's going to go for it? All right, he shades right in on top.
Well, he's got these double immortals. That is a big, big deal.
Okay, Marauders coming forward. Just a few Marines left over here.
Good targeting here on these immortals. He's targeting a lot of those Marauders.
Yeah, he chases it off. 72 workers now to 38 as the dust settles here.
And it's going to get better for Neeb from here for sure, right?
Oh,
he still doesn't have Blink or anything, but he's adding a second Robo. Just living through that first attack is so important because now he's sitting here on 4 bases. His economy is so strong.
Okay, he's coming up. Oh, already Neeb's just ready there.
Yeah.
Completely denies the drop. TY probably scratching his head trying to figure out what can he do to try to get back into this. Neeb knows he's already done the damage. He knows his lead is becoming exponential here. He's mining so many resources over here. It's a weird spot for TY. It's not like you can pull your SCVs and try to attack in with that, you know?
That would be tough.
He's looked for drops. It hasn't worked. He's macroed up a decent-sized army considering. And he has been making workers along with this. He's not just stayed on what he had. And he's going to go for a big drop. It looks like this may go towards the main.
And to be fair, he actually has a decent amount of workers again where you can kind of macro and play the game. And Neeb's army, his actual composition isn't that good. He has a decent amount now, which is nice. Now, this drop in that back natural doing a lot of damage right now. Throws some of those Widow Mines. He's going to get the Nexus.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically
easily
free.
Takes the Nexus out. It looks like Neeb might try to come down here and chase this out, but it's not going to be an easy engage here. But if he can get these medevacs, that would be really nice.
Yeah, he's actually going to be able to get out with some of these units. Some of them do get left behind, but trading reasonably well.
It's interesting to see how good Neeb is at warping in locations that are not being attacked. Really preempting the attacks that come in here from TY. Well, I guess except for this location.
It sounds really funny. He's really good at warping in places he's not being attacked. I feel like you're making fun of him, in fact.
No, but I mean it. It's like it's really good. He's ready for any kind of attack anywhere. Oh my gosh, Neeb doesn't quite have enough here. The Immortal's going to get targeted down. Everything else a little bit too brittle over here. Another warping coming in. Can a Disruptor Shot connect with this?
Oh, well, he was looking for a lucky Disruptor Shot there, but sometimes that's what you need. Stalker's blinking forward right now. Oh, he does get a good Disruptor Shot for sure. Okay, Neeb.
Okay, TY is actually starting to make this happen.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I can't believe how good his harass is, considering he was just knocked down so hard economically
this
earlier.
All kind of makes sense, though, if you look at the to and fro, right? You can't just make a bunch of, adepts and kill someone necessarily. He's really utilized his army to get back in the game, but we have Disruptors out, so if he gets a few good shots, maybe Neeb can fight back from here.
He makes a good decision there, backing up before that recall can finish. Disruptor shots are coming out. TY is trying to isolate the second base from the third, but it looks like Neeb will clean this up, no problem. By the way, TY finally taking a fourth base.
Yeah, very important moment right now. He's going for a massive drop once again as well.
The CC from his main that he lifted. So I think TY made some smart decisions here. Okay, here we go. This Nexus that's been destroyed before looks like it should be taken out once more as TY drops this location. TY scanning the entrance here to look for an opening here between the second and the third base as well.
Yeah, it looks like right now he's putting out fires, Tasteless, and that's all he's doing. Unable to make any ground up against TY at the moment. Wow, even eliminates that Disruptor before the shot can connect.
So it's so crazy how TY runs in, fires, and then just runs right back out. The moment that Neeb brings his screen back to that location to start using his abilities like the Disruptors, TY's already booked it out of there.
Yeah. His multi-pronged harassment and his multitasking is just out of control, as is normally the case. But Neeb is giving himself a shot, right? He's got Disruptors, he's got a Dream. there's still possibilities here. You get a couple good disruptor shots. You force TY into a hasty move where you blink under him and grab some medevacs. That's where you really start to pick this game back up.
Okay, Neeb chases away the army of TY. It's very difficult for TY to ever stim and actually fight on the ground when the disruptor shots are coming his way. Okay, again, this location, he's found the soft spot over here for Neeb defensively. He just keeps dropping there, and actually, if he could take out the main, oh my God.
Well, this is a scary one. That pylon is powering quite a few buildings.
Okay, he's coming in here. It looks like this might actually be chased out. Whoa! Miscontrol there with the disruptor. Almost pulled that shot back towards the Protoss' army.
Yeah, some great micro there by TY as well, sacrificing Marines into those disruptor shots. A ton of damage being done. Neeb is doing a counterattack.
He's going for it.
Yeah, decent disruptor shot there.
This is not a planetary here. It's going to be almost impossible for Neeb to try to use disruptor shots on all fronts here. This is a high-intensive micro skill that you have to really focus in on when you're trying to play. Now, he has denied this base. It's being lifted up. Stalkers are hitting it. The disruptors can push forward a little bit further.
Yeah, these disruptors have been absolutely nuts thus far. They've cleared so many mines. They're keeping the army back. Neeb has gained a ton of positions.
Okay, I think Neeb's trying to force all the attention to be on this side of the map. And I think he's confident that with the disruptors in a good position here, he can just roll over this army. But TY doesn't bite the bait. He comes back in here with a big drop over by the natural. Neeb is pushing towards the heart of the Terrence base. The CC is going to go down, which means there's only one base that's really mining. And it looks like Neeb actually wants to avoid that and instead try to push towards into the main.
Such big damage going down right now. It's throwing out those disruptors. The SCV is being sacrificed. Oh my God, huge chunks of the army being popped every single shot.
This is crazy. A few more disruptor shots coming. TY with some good targeting. TY might have enough.
All right, good micro there as well, sacrificing a few more units. TY, he still is mining some. He's got some bases up. Still trying to do some harassment over here. Looks like the shield battery going to save him quite a bit.
Here comes that recall. Pulling the army back. By the way, TY is still operating on 4 bases. TY took the center left while all that fighting was going on. There's just this one medevac with a Marine and a Marauder flying around, but it's actually forced Neeb to try to turn around here.
Well, you do have to deal with that. You can't have nothing at home against those.
Okay, TY's coming up. And some of these bases are completely exposed.
I want to meet that voice actor. Kaboom, baby!
Oh, there's going to be another command center floated towards where that base was that TY had.
Yeah, that's
pushed away.
That's his back natural.
Yeah.
He's going to jump these command centers.
Everything
right
is budget in this game for TY. Okay. He's only going with used command centers. He doesn't buy anything new. Okay.
Yeah. Reminds me of my dad right now.
Yeah, he's a very frugal player here.
Ooh, a couple disruptors get picked off there.
Oh
Every shot whiffing.
Both players are trying to attack in the weak spots of their opponents.
Ooh, missed shots here once again.
Okay, I'm a little bit worried that Neeb's been too ambitious with trying to counterattack. And, you know, one thing about Marine Marauder, especially when you get a lot of upgrades on them, like attack and armor, they can do a lot with very little in a certain area, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. TY has just made magic happen this game, to be honest. He lost so many CVs in the early game. He's fought back valiantly. He's lost bases, but you know, he's been smart about it. He gives them up, he retreats, he comes out and fights when he needs to. So much harassment going on, keeping Neeb back.
Okay, now hold on. By the way, this game has been just so epic, it's insane. Neeb's gonna try to push in here. TY will try to go and drop inside the main. Here's that location again.
Oh my
now,
God.
Neeb is starting his damage before TY as the CC's lifted up.
Yeah, that is a big deal. If you kill a command center, it is not coming back. He's not had a lot of money to replace it. Okay, a disruptor actually comes out with this, so a decent hit right there. But TY's got a big army on both sides.
Okay, Neeb wins the fight down there, but inside of his main, great disruptor shot there, taking out a chunk of that army. Neeb still has one more disruptor there. By the way, TY is ditching his position, looking to possibly come in here again and attack somewhere else. Another drop over here at this completely exposed base.
Yeah, big warp in there, though. He will be able to clear this one pretty quickly. Probably wants to jump on top and get that medevac as well. And he does clear that drop in his main base, but a lot of damage was dealt.
I think TY actually pushed into this spot, and Neeb doesn't know it. And Neeb's going to try to leave and get in a fight. And this means TY, yep, he's doing it again.
God, is he just going to drop that main base once again, or is he actually going home? Look at that medevac. It's going
It
towards
looks like
home.
he's pausing. He's starting to notice that there's no movement
Yeah.
anywhere. Oh, God.
That could have been worse, but still good harassment. TY all over the place. Look at this. He is doing a counterattack now.
And this is a pretty scary army here for TY.
Oh
Neeb's going
my
to try
God.
to push in. He's intercepting the reinforcement point. But is there really anything to defend back at home for Neeb?
Well, he might have a recall at this point, really, I would think, right? I haven't
That's a
seen
good
him recall
point.
in quite a while.
How far does he want to push in here?
All right, it looks like TY. Oh, he's picking off the disruptor right there. Very nicely done. He can force the stalkers out as well.
Another drop over here at these nexuses. Neeb is starting to run out of expansions here on the map.
Oh my God. Both of them really are. Look at this. Neeb can absolutely win at this command center, maybe even kill another command center. Yeah, with that many stalkers, I would say he will. But so much damage being dealt by TY also.
Keep in mind that Neeb has over 1,000 minerals. TY is just floating at about 500. We may end up in a base trade situation here.
There's only one command center left for TY.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because he's been floating them everywhere. This is like a very rare situation that we're looking at.
Oh, can he intercept the probes?
Neeb has spent his money, by the way. Okay, these Marines will finally get picked off.
Well, how many more Nexi are actually around here?
Okay, so he's got 3 Nexuses right now, but it looks like he's going to lose one of them, and then another in the main probably, because there are units up there, but I mean, there still could be a recall.
Hold on.
I don't know if you want to recall into that.
Oh, that's huge. Takes that out for TY. In a scrappy game like this, a medevac full of infantry is a lot.
It really is. 2 Nexuses remain for Neeb, 1 command center for TY. TY gathering up his army all together. They're almost exactly the same army supply at this point. Neither player really mining much at all.
Okay. He's put all of his SCVs in with the army. Same with the probes over here. There's still a Nexus in that bottom right location. The Nexus, the main, I think, should go down. TY wants to try to abuse the ramp over here. No! No, he does not.
Oh my God! Oh my God! He's losing so many medevacs here. A great blink forward by Neeb.
Unreal decision there by TY to try to pick up. That may cost him the game.
Yeah, it definitely could. He does not have enough units left to clear these stalkers, so Neeb will clean this up.
There's Widow Mines over here. I don't think that's going to cut it. It's 5 probes for Neeb. It's 6 SCVs for TY.
TY doesn't have a medevac.
Oh, how funny.
Look at the army tab right here. That army right there, the stalkers win this alone.
This is so crazy.
Yeah, he has 3 disruptors and an
hold
observer
on.
too.
Hold on,
so.
they're going around each other right now.
Oh my gosh. Buildings do fly. Let's not forget that.
That's right.
Right?
And,
so if this somehow he gets all the Nexuses.
Like he can pick up and go to the bottom right or the upper left, and there's nothing there.
If you don't have money for a Phoenix,
it
that
seems
could
like
be
a
that.
mistake. Are we going to have a recall here?
Oh my God.
Oh, too late.
Please
Nexus
have
gone.
a draw.
Nexus gone.
Please have a draw. Oh my God. If he gets a other Nexus,
okay,
it's a draw. But he just has to float something over the space.
Yes.
I don't know. I was going to say water.
I think it's actually. There's no way he can stop all these from getting over here, right?
He can't kill all the buildings.
He can recall back
to
his Nexus.
Oh my God, he's stimming. He's going for it right now.
Okay, here we go.
He has to hit the recall like immediately.
Go.
But he's going to have to stim again because he's stimmed to run up there. Oh my God. Oh
he's
my
not
God.
Gonna do it.
Oh,
is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? It does not.
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
fast enough.
Oh my God. TY just caused a draw. That's it.
He's going to all float over here.
That's it.
There's nowhere to get a...
you can't
no
way
to...
Yeah. A stalker will not hit one of those Raxes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. We just had a draw.
Okay.
Oh.
There's no way. Yeah, there's just no way. He's got 17 minerals, Neeb does. TY has
Plus
77.
the 5 this probe is holding, so let's call it 23. Still can't buy a Nexus. Still can't make a Phoenix.
I don't even know how this works in our map lineup because we never have draws really. Is this, do they replay on
there's
the same
so
map?
few draws
right?
even
Is that the
ever
rule?
done. Yeah, they would replay the same map, I think.
Oh my God. No, wait. No, we know for sure, right? There's no way per stalkers on either side
yes.
of that to get that. Okay.
100%.
Sometimes it's a little wonky on some maps how that works.
Yeah, TY's just going to be like, I don't know, he's just going to have to sit here now. The thing is, the game will eventually give you a draw, but, I mean, at this point, it might be time for a referee to look at it and say, guys, it seems like TY has no plans on moving that center barracks.
I can't believe Neeb didn't get the recall in time. That was so crazy, and here it is.
that one's
building over
definitely
here,
not being hit.
1,000,000%, you can never touch that. You need to be able to make an air unit.
Now, what if you can blink your stalker on all those cubes like you're playing a really hard Mario?
All right.
Neeb asking for the draw. Like, you're not allowed to type in the game. Neeb loses. Neeb loses.
Okay. I don't know.
This is so
if
crazy.
Anybody's notified TY. I don't know.
He's got 5 SCVs running around. Have we ever had a draw in GSL? I know we've had them at WCS and stuff.
We had a draw a long, long time ago. I think we've had 2 draws in GSL.
Have we? Okay.
Okay, so I believe in our rules we let the players play it out. Neeb has offered the draw. TY has not responded, and I think we've gone to that point in time. Since we can, at GSL, see everything, it's easy for us to confirm this. But
TY was raised in Kespa, so he wasn't going to type anything.
That's right.
He will sit there until he dies of old age. He's not typing anything.
So we had a draw, man. Oh, my God.
This is too crazy. This is too much. It's too amazing. This match, Tasteless, we were talking about how the round of 8 was kind of one-sided and not really the best games. I mean, exciting results, but the games weren't to the level we wanted. But right here, this match right now, this is what I wanted my whole life. I didn't even know.
We're unworthy.
I didn't even know that my 20 years in StarCraft were for this moment.
All right, we're just getting notified, guys. Referee has talked to each player. We are confirming this is a draw for you. And we'll be going into the next game. I don't know if we go to a break. I don't know how this works.
I say just go into the next game.
I bet they say don't do that. Those two guys after a game like that. By the way, Neeb could have won that game. Had he gotten the recall?
He got really far ahead. Yeah. If you get the recall and just clear that army, I think that you are probably correct. Maybe he utilized the recall more recently because the game was getting so hectic, right? And he had like 5 spread nexuses or so. So I think that there's a chance that maybe he wasn't off the cooldown. The cooldown for recall is really long.
Yeah.
So I think he probably used it at one of those fringe nexuses, and that was why TUI was like, oh, if I just stim now, I get back there? Or yeah. I mean, this is...
Guys, this is so cool. These games have been so good.
They were actually... They were right in the interview. But it wasn't a player's mind that exploded. It was my mind that exploded.
That's right.
Tasteless.
Minds exploding everywhere. That was so interesting to watch that back and forth fight to see how they're trying to outmaneuver each other. Neeb, I think he could have won that game back there, but when you get in a situation like that, base trade situations are like the hardest thing you have to deal with in StarCraft. Everyone is a little bit different.
Yeah. They are the hardest. It's the easiest for observers to point out things people do wrong in base trades.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's so impossible for you to calculate everything that could occur.
Both of the players, their tech and position, everything's changing so quickly that and every single decision you make, like even if you just send one medevac in one location or if you try to pull your workers into another location, it can completely change the outcome of the game. And in some situations, you can end up with a draw because Terran buildings can fly, obviously. If there's no nexuses, there's no minerals to be spent in any way, then you...
in TVP, that's how it happens.
The Protoss can't get like a Phoenix, for instance, to go over there and hit those floating barracks. And I guess we just go back into this game then.
I guess so. 16-bit. Going back into set 4. Is it set 4? Is it set 5? I don't know. You tell me, guy in the chat.
It's time to have this rematch. Now, how will they alter their play styles? They got to have a very good look at early game to late game on this match with each other.
Oh, it's proxy time.
You never expect to go into a draw here and have a plan B on a map like this. So let's just see what happens. Game 4 again. Neeb versus TY.
Team Neeb.
Oh man, that game tasteless. That was
Artosis.
Yeah. No, you.
Splice.
Okay,
TY.
like, speak.
So definitely Neeb, it seemed like Neeb might win it, but then TY kind of forced that draw. I tell you what, man, Leonardo da Vinci couldn't draw like that, okay?
I like that. I mean, that was pretty
And to be honest,
insane.
Leonardo da Vinci, when he was drawing that guy with his arms and legs out, he was trying to draw TY. He got the hair wrong, though.
Yeah.
He didn't know because TY wasn't going to be born for thousands of years yet.
That's right.
But he
In
knew
fairness,
there would
Leonardo
be a
da
man
Vinci,
one day.
Leonardo da Vinci did invent the adept all-in before computer games existed, so there was that. Oh my God, I am just in such a good mood casting these games. This is so sick. Well, I mean, Neeb's still up 2-1, proving these guys are just so evenly matched. What a time to be alive where non-Koreans are able to compete with Koreans. You know, Korea, guys, in all seriousness, it's hard to find any nation as dominant at something and as untouchable at something as
America.
The nation of Korea in StarCraft.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're here on Korean soil in the GSL Final Four, and Neeb still has a lead right now against a player like TY who grew up with StarCraft. He was raised on it from StarCraft 1 going all the way into StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. This is pretty crazy.
Breathe. I tell myself to breathe here.
Yeah.
Are we going to look at this? They're actually, I'm pretty sure they're doing the same openings, but they've switched spots, Tasteless.
That's right.
You know what would be pretty neat is if they draw it again.
And we just keep drawing for all eternity. And we have to end esports as we know it.
Yeah, it just...
We've finally gotten to the craziest point.
Nothing else can go on anymore.
So that Stargate is on the way here.
If they had like 5-6 draws in a row, that's when like, you know how like what the beach will look like before a huge tsunami wave hits it where all the water leaves? That's what Twitch will look like because all the other streams will go empty. There'll just be people jumping from channel to channel. Neeb versus TY! Draw number 4! Draw number 4, get in here! the GSL Twitch channel will be shifting from side to side.
That's
it's
right.
overflowed. We didn't know that this could happen.
It somehow causes a small earthquake.
It could sink. How does it channel sink? What does it?
Nobody even knows what that means.
Yeah. But once you get up to 4 buys, I mean, tasteless.
I know. It's a sign. It's a sign of the apocalypse, Artosis.
Well, if you get 4 buys by these guys right on this map, that's the odds of that are similar to the Large Hadron Collider making dragons pop out. Okay.
Wow.
Which is a possibility as well.
In the universe of infinite possibilities, Artosis. By the way, the Oracle's going to come in now. Viking chasing it away. Let's not forget that the adept timing was very important for where that game kind of went there for Neeb. I don't know that he's going to be doing that again this time around. That strikes me as something that I don't think you'd want to be doing 2 games in a row, right?
No, probably not. And this game is a little bit different right now, right? We see Stim being made by TY. He's making a siege tank. He might be going for like, I'm not sure exactly what he's going for, to be honest. Looking at this, nothing springs to my mind. Like, I don't think he's going to hit a really sharp attack here. I don't think anything would work. Right? Like, I guess you can get Stim and try to move out. But, yeah. Oh, these Oracles are actually doing really well.
Okay, that was actually pretty nice.
Yeah,
6 kills, and he basically escapes, only losing some HP there.
Slows down some buildings as well.
Yep, Stim still moving along here. As Neeb is taking that 3rd base.
Yeah, and okay, so he's finishing up another barracks here. So rear axe siege tank. Stim is going to be finishing
man, this
up.
Oracle. Oh my God, he is just out of range of that mine. Are you kidding me?
Not kidding you at all.
Whoa.
Neeb's good, man. He sees those potholes.
Neeb was flying Flying right through there. It was like watching one of those episodes of Mr. Magoo, man. Just Widow Mines all over the place, just not hitting Neeb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he is going out for a very, very fast push. This is interesting because we don't have a medevac with it.
That's right. Which means I think the timing of it may be funny enough, but the fact that it's been tagged, right? I mean, TY sees it, but with no medevac, you can't run away if you start to lose the fight.
Yeah, this is really, he's kind of relying on his force fields a little bit with this, but there's a Liberator going in at the same time. I think that's like the main attack is almost the Liberator, right? You're kind of like forcing the whole army up here and to take you seriously.
Here it is.
And there's that Lib. Oh my God,
and a Viking landing here. Very technical attack over here.
Yeah, really good stuff. So he'll clear both of them, but 6 probe kills and...
It's kind of a weird engagement. I mean, he didn't lose the tanks. That's cool.
Yeah. He like softened up some of the army. I was kind of staring at the minimap. I didn't catch if he maybe killed any of the important units like the sentries. Any of the sentries might have died, but... yeah, that was kind of neat by TY. Very tactical move right there. I love the landed Viking part of it. People sometimes discount the landed Viking, but like 2-shotting a probe is actually so fast, right? And it shoots quickly too. It gets in and out. Well, it never gets out, to be fair, but it gets in very quickly.
Now,
landed Vikings never pick up then fly away and wait to harass again.
It looks like there's going to be another drop coming in here again. And we have a little small warp in. Try to save this.
Yeah, 3 Stalkers coming in, but definitely you can fight that.
Yep, the Phoenix can take that out.
Yeah, he kills the Phoenix, though, and now he's going to get some Stalkers.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Stalkers alone are not going to cut it.
No.
So 6 more kills here on these probes. I mean, the supplies are fairly even here.
This is going really well for TY, I would say.
Yeah, he knows how to get in there and do that damage.
Yeah.
Now, occasionally we've seen TY try to harass here and there and do a little bit of damage, and then Neeb immediately counterattacks. I don't think we're going to have that this time around, as he's still going to try to tech up. Nor do I think the attacks here from TY have been such an investment that he ever overextended. So I agree with what you're saying, Artosis. I feel like this is looking good for TY.
Yeah.
Not a massive lead, but I mean, the game seems to be going fine for him.
Yeah, the game is by no means over, but what he's kind of set out to do, I think he's done pretty well. I think probably against a lot of Protosses, he would have gotten more probe kills already, but just the fact that he's just about even in workers is actually a really quality sign in TVP. Generally, you expect the Protoss to be up in workers overall. But Neeb is getting into his disruptor tech here. He's got a couple Immortals in that army, some sentries in there, a lot of Stalkers. So he's definitely going to have an army that he can roam around with that's going to be very strong defensively as well. And I'm not sure what these mines are going to do against it, really. Those are, well, against that exact army right there, I guess they'll do all right. But as the disruptors get out,
okay, the Adepts
trade so well.
The Shades do spot this army. Neeb going to try to reconfigure his setup. TY is known to occasionally get set up outside your base, then pick up and try to dive in onto the main. Another great tag there. Neeb keeping tabs on where this army is.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of that.
TY, though, still confidently pushing forward despite having this army within the vision of Neeb here. Oh, here we go. I think this is the drop. He's going to pick it up and go into the main.
This is a great move. Look at that. He kind of forces the units to run around
this is so cool.
much.
Look at this.
That is cool.
Yeah, but this is like no problem here. It's making it look like TY's wasting his time trying to do this.
Well, you're hitting the geyser. I guess you can deny a little bit of gas, but he has another couple drops going out over here. So if he can force a cancel on the 4th or even kill the 4th, then this move was fantastic as long as he doesn't lose the bulk of his army, which could be a possibility as well.
Okay, he's coming down here now. These Stalkers, there's no blink yet. So when there is blink, you can actually start to try to pop on top of some of those expansions. Okay, and now we have a push coming in through here. Defensive force fields coming down. So far, so good, though, for Neeb. I mean, he's basically defended every position. TY, you can see that the idea of what he's trying to do is actually pretty scary and hard to deal with, but Neeb is holding his own against it. He's not really losing that much to it.
Yeah, I think that at this point, this is the point of very diminishing returns for this attack by TY. I feel like he has to get out of here, or he's going to start to get really behind.
Oh, another drop over here inside the back.
Or he drops back here, and there's not enough units. Great move by TY.
Man, he's going to lose that Nexus, too. The Stalkers are going to come down here, take out these tanks.
And he loses those units, but I would say that's totally worth this Nexus, right?
Yeah, I would be okay losing the Nexus. Well, he was going to attack again over here. It's funny.
You prefer Neeb's trade there?
Well, hold on. Let's see if this Nexus is taken out here, because that's the...
Oh, God.
Here we go. This is... All right, he's coming forward again. Oh, my God, it's still alive.
Yeah, but not for long, I think. He can right-click on that with, like, one Marauder. It's got 55 health. Well, he's just fighting straight up against that army. Oh, my God. You have to kill that,
Okay, this
right?
actually lives. That is
Need
just
build
crazy.
shield batteries.
Charge that Nexus up.
Seriously. That's like...
Well,
I can't believe he didn't kill it. It had 55 health.
You know that TY is itching to get one medevac and fly over to that location with 1 or 2 Marauders and shoot that down.
Well, Neeb has to know that, right? So he's actually left the majority of his army over there. That might not serve him well. Oh, well, there's actually a pretty disgustingly strong army right there as well.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, good scan. He decides to turn around, seeing that those disruptors would make landing there impossible.
TY, his upgrades starting
Look
to
at this. Neeb is so good at being ready for the next attack.
Yeah.
He always gets in the right position there. He'll actually have his army advancing towards where the next surprise attack would be.
He's so on top of where the Terran is coming in. It's really impressive. It's one of the hardest things to do, really. This is TY will tear apart almost every Protoss just like this, where you're just like, oh, where's he coming from? I can't tell. It's so hard.
He's actually coming out across the map. Now this may be a little bit tricky here for Neeb. I don't know if he should be doing this. TY is maxed out.
Yeah, these disruptor shots at least giving that little bit of room for Neeb, right?
Now
every time TY wants to chase, a disruptor shot comes out. It's like, oh, you lose a unit or two. Don't come here. That's a big set of medevacs.
Okay, I'm actually worried that Neeb might not have enough for the big picture here. There's an attack over here. This Nexus is denied. Neeb is actually just chasing this army back here.
Ooh, throws out 3 disruptor shots at once. A little bit ahead of himself there, but oh God, so many disruptors.
Okay, kind of a clumsy retreat there from Neeb. TY continuing to push in here. Now, I don't know that he can take out this planetary. That's just too much of a sustainable point there for TY. Meanwhile, back at home for Neeb, too much damage being inflicted. I think that TY might be able to just take this game in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. TY doing a great job. It looked like Neeb had enough to maybe do some serious damage, but that is it. Wow, the rematch on map 4, 16-bit does go to TY.
2-2.
Neeb looking a little bit flustered after that loss.
Can't blame him.
Felt like both games were winnable for him.
Yeah, well, TY was able to get the drops in there and do the damage that he really wanted to do and get away with it. So, nicely done there by TY, but I don't know, kind of an odd game, right? Because you have that draw in game 1, then you got to go back in the rematch.
You know what? What a great series this is so far. I want to point something out just real quick, though. In the world of chess, right, they think that draws are kind of ruining the game.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's too many draws and it's just not exciting. Whereas in StarCraft, if there's a draw, we all go crazy.
Yeah.
The entire scene is like, what? That's the best game possible. I just wanted to point that out.
We're going to a break. We come back. Game 5, Neeb versus TY.
아프리카 TV에는 당신이 아는 것보다 다양한 인정이 살고 있죠. 말 많은 인정, 발 빠른 인정, 잘 먹는 인정, 영리한 인정, 친절한 인정까지. 모든 게 컨텐츠가 되고 누구나 주인공이 되는 세상. 알고 보면 멋진 세상.
Are you free? Africa TV.
Oh, what an amazing night we've had so far.
Oh, yeah, amazing. I think that you need a thesaurus, my friend.
Yeah.
A big one. The long list of words that mean amazing also.
Yeah. You want to give it a shot?
I want you to promise me. So my
Yes.
wife doesn't watch GSL. I want you to promise
Yes.
me you don't tell her about the match tonight.
Okay.
Because I still want Christmas presents this year. And if she hears about how good this match is,
yes.
Why would she bother?
That's a good point.
My year's basically good at that point.
This is so crazy how good these games have been. We've already had one draw. When we had the rematch on that map, it was Neeb, who was eventually crushed by TY.
I feel like
now we're going to go to, what are we going to, Dreamcatcher now? Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like with this music, we should get up and do some 1920s dancing.
Yeah.
You know, the one where we're going like this and stuff?
Exactly. Yeah. This is an odd song selection. Oh, but hold on.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. We use a synth. Just like in the 80s.
You know, this is so hype right now. The fact that it's 2-2 in a draw. This is like, you know what? I don't think best of 7's big enough. I think we need best of 13s now.
I think so. I think it's about time. Guys, our players are in the game. The map is Dreamcatcher. We've had a lot of proxies, but it's also some great late game PvT here. Only 3 possible games remain. Flash draws. Potentially infinite games. Potentially
infinite games. I love it. Oh my God.
Okay, it's loaded up. Let's do this. Neeb versus TY. Set 5. Go! Start! Thank you. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. By the way, Neeb has also sent his probe out right away. Now, if the probe catches a proxy right away, does it make a sound? Is that the saying?
How are you going to catch that, Tasteless?
Oh, I don't think you can, Artie.
TY knows what he's up to.
He doesn't set it. He tries to scout and go up to where the Terran's entrance is, because the lack of the barracks, of course, explains the proxy as well.
This is where you run in as Neeb and you gas steal. It's time.
Second probe comes out.
Oh,
Unfortunately, he's scouting in the wrong direction for where the proxy is hidden. It's a whole mind game about where you hide stuff.
It is. Bald Eagle screams.
That's right.
Freedom intensifies.
This probe is not going to find it, man.
No, it's not. I don't know why he even sends probes out to find the proxy. He never finds it. TY opens up little pockets in another dimension and hides his stuff in there, Tasteless.
Oh my God, he's going to find it on both angles. X marks the spot.
Wow. X did mark the spot that time.
Got him in my crosshairs.
But he doesn't see the factory. People are so pumped, man.
I know. Well, this is just kind of a crazy time here. I mean, we just got done with GSL versus the World. Cyril taking stats on that final game. Now we're here, and it's GSL round of 4, and it looks like Neeb is capable of beating TY.
Yeah, well, he certainly is capable. Look at this. The barracks is just going to fly home. Oh, my God, and Neeb goes back through. He sees the barracks isn't there.
What a game.
Wow. So he's like, okay, I guess there's only a factory out here now. A single cyclone being made, that's not the scariest thing. You can stop a Cyclone. One Cyclone? No, that's
okay. Well, the Adept might come through here.
Oh my gosh! Imagine if it gets at SCV.
Oh, how? Okay, yes.
Oh, he sees it. He sees it. Turn around.
Turn
Neeb.
around. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
See you in hell.
Do you send another SCV? I guess
I don't know.
He's not. Oh, he did cancel.
Okay, you know, I think this is going fine for Neeb. Start things off.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Terran makes up in the middle of the map and has to ship it back home.
Yes, he's going 3 gates. He's making an Oracle. There's like 1 Marine over here. He has to restart his Stargate from scratch. It's not like you get the time put in, Tasteless. It's not like you have to carry credits over from that other starport when you're remaking your main. That's canceled. You got to start over.
There's a Cyclone being made, and it's being sent out. And Neeb opening up the possibility of his own attack here, seeing that I think the way that things have panned out in this game, it did not go well for TY. TY's already not in the spot he wants to be in. Oracle comes in.
This is scary stuff. He was making a Liberator, but switching to the Viking. You can't really blame him on that. A little bit of harassment. Doesn't get that much
A little bit wonky there.
A lot of Stalkers being warped in right now. So definitely Neeb gonna go a little bit ham with this. With the Oracle there to help spot and kind of pincer the units, right? You have to bring your units to the front when the Stalkers come, which means the Oracle can fly in once again.
Oop. He's got a gateway.
Oh, man.
He's going to go for it.
This is now 4 gateways then. 4 gates.
And we haven't seen when Terran scouted for a little bit here. You see the Vikings coming out. Now, he may know that this is probably coming.
You know what? Neeb right now, he's channeling the power of all previous GSL foreigners. We saw when he lost, he looked angry. He got that from Hydra.
Dude.
Round of 4, that's from Jinro. He's making 4 gateways here on 1 base. That's from Huck. We got them all here.
That's right.
He's microing well. That's from Nanoa. I mean, jeez.
Terran went for double command center.
Oh, okay. So he's just super turtling right now.
Yeah.
And trying to, you know, have when he does finally come out, you know, he'll have a lot of economy to kind of catch up with. Neeb is still not making a Nexus, so look at this. He's just so unsure of what's occurring.
Good tag there.
This is scary.
There's a lot of Stalkers.
Oh my God. How do you hold this?
I mean, this is so much. One depot goes down.
That siege tank is pretty clutch. Let's see what.
He does. It's going to get a nice pickup over there. SCVs are being hurled over here to try to clog this entryway.
Yeah, that's okay to lose SCVs though, because he has 3 command centers. Look at that. He's got all these SCVs up here. He's still got 13 mining, another one building something, and then 2 mules at a time. His economy
Cyclone's
is
coming
fine.
up. Did Neeb make the wrong choice here?
Maybe.
Oh my God, the Oracle goes down. I think Neeb might lose this game. Terran, I think, has held Artosis.
Well, it is certainly not looking good for him.
Yeah, the tanks are just well positioned here. Every time the Stalkers move up, they eat more tank shots. Oh my God, you know, Neeb sees this. He sees there's 2 more command centers here. Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it.
Oh, Neeb.
Okay, the Viking flying over for the counter is actually really, really nice. Gonna have to warp in at least a couple units to hold that.
Thing is, this is still an awkward game here for Neeb. Now, does TY assume that gold base is being taken? I don't think so.
I think for Neeb, you all in maybe.
Yeah.
Coming up here, like I'm not sure, right? Because with the gold nexus and the fact that he's just got a bunch of gateway units and a few oracles, I could see him just going like glaives and having a bunch of oracles and just trying to kill, you know, like some SOS
trying to
shenanigans.
spam out a bunch of damage and
something
then
like that.
Tip
yeah.
the game.
I mean, I can't see him getting into a regular game. The tech advantage for TY is so massive. The command center advantage for TY is so massive.
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean,
he's going to have stim, and it's going to be almost impossible for Neeb to do anything.
Neeb coming in again. Takes a quick peek with that Oracle, then turns around. Again, a very awkward game. Terran probably unable to move out on the map until stim is done. I don't see any reason why TY would try to move out, though.
Definitely agree
with anything. You see that many Stalkers out on the map, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. He's already given up on an ordinary game.
It's not like what Keen did, where.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is exactly like what Keen did. He's like, hey.
I don't know about this. This may be a little bit
Marines?
questionable. I mean, these Marines, it's very easy to kill them off without stim. Not only they not do damage that fast, but they're slowed when they try to run away.
Neeb really pushing for it right now. These Adepts definitely tanking quite a bit.
Oh, the tank's not dying. Yeah. Wow. Yep, Neeb just taps out in the fight and says that's it. He's out. And TY, after the proxy that he pulled out on, went back home, defended the all-in. And this means TY is up 3-2.
Yes. That means match point right now for TY.
Yes.
Neeb gonna have to win here on map 6 to make this the most epic day in history, perhaps.
Neeb looking like he could have won in one of our previous games, getting a draw in the rematch. TY takes it. And now we have another game where TY's won. TY finally taking that lead after a bumpy start between these two. So crazy, Artosis. Can Neeb do it?
Well, the next map, Lost and Found, I would say yes, he can do it. He can bring it to game 7.
Neeb looking tense. He said he never expected to get this far in this tournament. Sometimes players get this deep in a GSL. They never make it back here again. Now, I think Neeb's someone who definitely could be back, but this is some high pressure. This is some high stakes. TY, the ultimate player to go against in a best of 7. And our game has now loaded up. Ladies and gentlemen, game 6, Neeb versus TY.
Fight. Take Neeb.
Put that head on straight, Neeb. Cocking his head to the side. I'm not taking that. You sit up straight, Neeb.
Neeb's got this.
You win this game.
I believe.
TY.
So much pressure on TY. Oh, God. Every game it's this.
That one's like pretty far back, too. That's like a place I don't think you're scouting as Protoss. If he sends out the second probe again,
yeah,
man.
Neeb gets in there. He's like, oh, God. All right. It's this again. These proxies from Terrans, they've been really popular. Okay, he's gotten the path? No. No, he still probably is not going to find that. Man.
Is he going to actually make a Nexus? His probe is down there.
I think he is, man.
I think he is,
Look, there it is.
It's actually a good call this time, I would say. This isn't going to be an aggressive one, I don't think, from TY. It's a little bit further back. He's making a Reaper. The factory's at home, so it seems like it's one of these ones where he wants to macro off of it. The thing is, for Neeb, it's so hard to tell. You really can't. You don't know. Not until at least the Reaper gets there are you going to have a pretty good idea.
Now, we've seen Neeb lose in these situations, and we've seen him win against TY, specifically already in this series, where sometimes Neeb just completely shuts down the opening. Terran, humiliated, has to float their buildings back home while Neeb sets up for a good counter. Other times, TY manages to get in there and do the damage, and I believe this is the exact same strategy we saw in Game 2. Is that correct?
This was the beginning of, was it 16-bit game? Am I crazy? Maybe.
Well, you're definitely crazy, but I don't know if you're right about it being a 16 game.
All of us are a little bit right now watching this.
I know.
Look at that Zealot go across the map. That Zealot is so funny. When the Zealot starts walking across the map and you have this Reaper, it's Zealot's just like, follow me. It's like the Pied Piper.
Okay, well, the bunker is not going to get finished up here. The Reaper will try to go inside the main, but there's already another Adept over here to try to drive this away.
It's all right if he loses the Reaper, I would say, though. Just scouting that it's a Stargate is very, very, very important. There's just so many mind games in this series. You really want to know if he's doing something crazy.
Yeah.
Right? If you see like a Twilight right there, you know to start preparing.
There's another starport hidden out here on the map. Don't know if it's going to be spotted or not. Wow, TY really knows all the hiding spots on this map, just in general. Yeah. It's funny because Neeb really is moving out on the map, but somehow everything is just not where he's going, which means TY really mapped out where the Protoss tries to send every unit. Sees the command center, as well as the add-on there on the factory. Wants to get away before those Cyclones pop out.
Yeah, a couple of Widow Mines being made and a Viking, so that's some very good anti-Stargate stuff being made. But just the fact that he's sending these SCVs, wow, I like that he's sending up that first Viking as well, to be honest. That's kind of cool. Because now you're pressuring the front, you're going to force all the units to the front, and then the Viking can just land in the main base and kill so many probes. What a good move by TY.
Okay, here he comes.
Oh man, this is hard without the Oracle.
Battery's going to finish.
He might have to recall that Oracle, I don't even know. Oh, that was
good pickup, good pickup.
Oh, that pylon.
Oh, the pylon goes down. The battery is unpowered now.
This is tough.
Another pickup moment here.
He doesn't have energy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Coming down again.
Uh-oh. This is not looking very good right now.
Oh, that gets worse, too. Well, at least he's killed 6 SCVs, but some of that's just been in this fight.
He needs to abandon the Nexus.
Yeah.
I don't think that there is any possibility of him holding this right now.
Oh, my God, and there was a Widow Mine there.
Yeah.
Are we at the breaking point? There's too much on the low ground right now. GG, TY does it.
Wow. So TY comes out on top with a 4-2 with 1 draw score here against Neeb, who is looking like he might even be up 3-1 at one point. Just crazy clutch of victories here from TY. And Neeb, of course, putting out such a great show tonight, so great play, that, yeah, he didn't make the GSL finals, but he got round of 4 in his first try. And I tell you what, when he walks into WCS Montreal in a couple days, people are going to be scared of him.
Putting his shoes back on.
But don't worry,
I, too,
fans.
don't play with my shoes on.
He's not going to hurt you unless you play against him in StarCraft or ask him to analyze your replays.
Dude, that was... This was a great series.
Yeah, it was really
I mean, it's too bad it didn't go to the final game, but TY plans really well, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, props to Neeb, man. It was 7 years for us to get a player back here. First, let's get this interview translated with TY.
명승부의 주인공 전태양 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다.
He made it this time.
축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
Season 3 finalist, TY, congrats.
립 선수와 정말 엄청난 명승부였습니다. 먼저 결승 진출 소감부터 들어볼게요.
It was an incredibly impressive set of games. How do you feel?
쉽게 갈 거라고 생각했는데 립 선수가 워낙 준비를
I prepared really hard for today's matches, so I thought I should make it easily, but I was so surprised how well prepared Neeb was, though. Anyways, I'm glad I made it.
경기 분수령이 된 것 같습니다. 그 16비트에서의 감회가 굉장히 궁금한데요.
일단 게임
I think the match on 16-bit was the most impressive one of all.
네.
When I was playing on that map, I kept thinking I was probably going to lose this and then I wouldn't make it to the finals. You can't tell the results until the very, very last second. I kept thinking, okay, what is the ideal decision? What's the move I want to do? And then I thought, okay, a draw is probably the best play to go. I knew if I got rid of the Nexus before he recalled his units, I'd be fine. So when I took out that final Nexus, I knew I had it. Or had a draw.
잘 봤던 것 같습니다. 자, 오늘 립 선수와 이렇게 경기를 치르고 나는데 결승전에서 누구와 어떤 경기 하고 싶으세요?
So these are some really close games you had against Neeb. What kind of match do you want to have in the finals? Personally, I'd like to face Mario. I faced so many Protosses in the round of 16. Also, I think Mario's... I admit he's a top-class player. I would love to challenge him.
자, 주성 선수와 대결했었던 그 결승전 이후 7시즌 만에 올라간 결승에서 참 전태양 선수의 멋진 모습 보고 싶습니다.
So you're now in our GSL finals after 7 seasons. The last one, you were up against Zest. So many fans are still cheering for you. Any words to them? I know a lot of people came down to the studio to support me. I didn't expect Neeb to prepare this well. I've beaten him several times in the past, but once again,
와주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
I'm always reminded of what a strong player he is.
결승 진출 축하드립니다.
Since I made it to the finals, please keep supporting me. Congrats again, he says. Thanks.
첫 번째 결승 진출자 전태양 선수 만나봤습니다.
Well, guys, this was a fun night.
This was such a great match.
Yes.
Just so much fun. And TY back to the Code S finals. His last one was against Zest. Quite some time ago, as we can see. Over a couple years.
And I think this is another sign of the landscape shifting here, where we did actually have a great player here, Neeb, in the Final Four. I think he'll be back again. I think there's other great players that can get this far too. I think 2018 is really proving that the non-Koreans are starting to be able to compete with the Koreans.
Well,
and that's really exciting. We can only have greater and more awesome games from here.
Yeah, we've got the top non-Korean players at this point are so strong. So not only do we have this weekend coming up our next round of 4 match between Maru and Zest, a repeat of the finals of last season, but also WCS Montreal. So, I mean, if you're not watching that, then are you even
a true fan?
Do you even have a pulse? Like, come on. So much great stuff. But yeah, TY looking to take back his own Terran dominance. We will see who faces him in the finals. Will Maru get his 3rd finals in a row? That would be crazy. Will Zest get his 2nd finals in a row? That would be pretty cool too, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And we saw Zest versus TY in the round of 4 last season, right? And that was really close. Went to Game 7 and everything.
So do join us then on Saturday. That's when we're usually on here. Maru versus Zest. You don't want to miss out on that. And I think no matter how you pair it up, we're going to have a really great finals here for the last season of this year of the GSL.
All right. This is going to be fantastic. Saturday at 1 p.m. Of course, later in that day, we'll have KSL Grand Finals. So make sure that you are checking that out. Jaedong against Last.
We've got a
StarCraft never ends.
Busy day for us on that day. I am looking forward to it. ASL, of course, is tomorrow. And I don't know, man. It's just a great time to be a StarCraft fan. There's tournaments going on all over the place out here with really great games. I mean, this was one of the funnest best of 7s I've casted.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So, I mean, it didn't go to Game 7, but in a way it did, didn't it? We had 7 games.
Wow, look at that.
We had 7 games, even though it was a 4-2. And that actually was even better than having it go to 7th game, having a draw in there. That's such a rare occurrence.
I mean, the only thing that could have made it maybe better was if we did go to the 7th map. And we also had a draw, so we had 8 games.
I would say, right? So, oh, by the way, happy birthday, GSL. 8 years. Yesterday.
Yeah.
8 years.
We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
But I was thinking, in professional StarCraft 2 play, top-tier professional StarCraft 2 play, how many draws have we had in 8 years, right? And I want to say that we've had
someone can tweet that
2 or less a year on average.
It almost never happens. I know I casted 1 with Rotterdam.
Strange versus Pole. I remember that one.
That's right.
That was a good one.
One we had today? I don't know. That's all the time we have, guys. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are.
There's a place at the end of the
GSL Season 3 Rock Shear.